Hi everyone, Gordon Dimmock here. Had to make a quick video because Donald Trump has been tweeting rubbish about our country again. He wrote on Twitter this morning at 7:11 a.m. Who doesn't wake up at 7:11 a.m. and think, I know what I'll do first thing this morning? I'll tweet about really important policies that make up 16 or 19% of our GDP. Before I've had my morning dump, but anyway, here's what he's written. The Democrats are pushing for universal healthcare while thousands of people are marching in the UK because their universal healthcare system, is going broke and not working. Dems want to greatly raise taxes for really bad and non-personal Medicare. No thanks. Slammer. Got to end it with slammer. I'm amazed actually he didn't write no thanks all in caps because he usually does. Anyway, there's so much wrong with that tweet in such a short amount of time. I'm actually impressed. I think he might have beaten a record here. Let's break it down. Okay. Thousands of people are marching in the UK because their universal healthcare system is going broke and not working. Not true. Thousands of people did march the weekend, but it wasn't because the healthcare system is going broke, and it certainly isn't because it's not working. The reason we are protesting is because it's underfunded. Contrary to many people's belief in in America, a universal healthcare system or single payer system or Medicare for all, it's not free. You do pay for it. You pay for it through taxes. Your taxes go up, yes, but they go up on a sliding scale. There's a certain percentage of your wages that will go towards the NHS. So those on lower wages will pay less than those who obviously are making millions. That way it's fair. So that's wrong. Not working. If I went outside and broke my legs in a car crash, within 5 or 6 minutes, an ambulance would pick me up, take me to hospital. I would immediately get my legs in a cast, x-rayed, a bed, any drugs I would need. They would take care of me for 2 or 3 days. They'd send me out. Any drugs that I would need, I would get from the pharmacy. If I needed any physio afterwards to get better, that would be on the NHS. And if I needed any care for any mental scarring that I had, then that would be taken care of as well. That it doesn't sound like it's not working to me. In fact, if that happened, the only extra thing I would have to pay for is if somehow I drove to the hospital with my broken legs and had to pay for parking. That's all I would need to pay for because I've already paid for it through my taxes. So it's not free. So don't think that. Dems want to greatly raise taxes for really bad and non-personal medical care. Okay, in one sentence there, he's made 3 lies. That's what it says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 13. In 13 words, he lied 3 times. I'm impressed. I really am. First, actually, right, we'll come back to the first lie, but 2 of the lies are really bad. Our healthcare system is way better than America's. In fact, 2 years ago, Donald Trump was in Scotland and he said, your healthcare system is way better than ours. You took our country back. It was after Brexit. Your healthcare system is way better. He said that. He's on record. I'm actually impressed that nothing sticks to this man. I really am. He's like Teflon. Non-personal medical care. Wrong. I've been going to the same doctor's surgery since I was a kid, since I was a child, ever since I can remember. If by chance I went to Scotland or Wales on holiday and had to go and see the doctors while I was there, I could walk into any doctor's and they would immediately put my name in and my file would come up with all of my medical history because it's on a centralised computer system. It doesn't get more personal than that. The biggest lie, though, is the first sentence. And this is a sentence that people in America have really skipped over. And for them, it's the most important thing. The Democrats are pushing for universal health care. No, they're not. The Democrats oppose universal health care. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the two leaders of the Democrats, have come out against it. They say they are not for Medicare for all. They will not sign on to a universal healthcare bill. I've got friends in California who were really happy last year, or I think it was last year, when California passed Medicare for all. You were going to get it. The sixth largest economy in the world was going to get universal healthcare. And then what happened? The Democratic controlled governorship, or whatever it is, or state senate, whatever it is, voted it down. It was passed, and then super delegates stopped it, and then the guy at the top, I forget his name now, Anthony Rendon, I think his name is, he opposed it. So the Democrats are not pushing for universal health care at all. The Democrats oppose it, and the reason why I oppose it is simple. If you go to Open Secrets, you can see where these people get their funding from. And for the most part, it's pharmaceutical companies, it's healthcare industry, it's insurance companies. If they pass Medicare for all, these people are going to lose a lot of money. Therefore, the Democrats are going to lose their funding. And that's why they're against it. And these people are not just funding the Democrats, they're funding the Republicans as well. So what I don't understand is why you just allow these people to just get voted in time and time and time again. Congress in America has got something like a 16% approval rating, but a 97% re-election rating. It's like, that makes no sense whatsoever. Dianne Feinstein, who's been in politics since the dinosaurs were around, opposes Medicare for all. She did a town hall 2 years ago, I think it was, and she was there saying, let me get this right, she said, if Medicare for all means the government taking over our healthcare system, then I'm not there yet. Now, that's a right-wing talking point. Medicare for all doesn't mean a takeover of the healthcare system. It actually just means the government become the single payer. They collect your taxes, and from those taxes, they fund the healthcare service. It cuts down on all of the things that you're paying for at the moment that you don't need. It cuts down on administrative costs. It cuts down on advertising. I've been in America. I've seen the adverts. Every time there's a commercial break, you can guarantee there's going to be at least two, maybe even three adverts that are either for health insurance or for some kind of drug. It is horrific the way that these people are just ripping you off. I saw a meme on Facebook actually today that said that there was a Hep C drug in India that cost them $4 per pill, and there's that same Hep C drug in America is $1,000 per pill. Now, this was in a Democratic group. What they don't realise is that same group has got 10, 12 posts saying that Joe Kennedy would be a great president of the United States and he's wonderful. Joe Kennedy actually, in a twist of irony, has huge amounts of money invested in that same Hep C drug that they created a meme about, and he's profited nearly $500,000 from. Is it any wonder that Joe Kennedy isn't for Medicare for all as well? So you have to look at this. In the case of Dianne Feinstein, for instance, she is up for re-election this year. I do know there are two people who I would class as progressive running against her. I've forgotten the guy's name. He's got a French-sounding name. But there's also Alison Hartson, who's a former teacher who has spent the last 4 or 5 years heading up Wolfpack, which is an organisation trying to get money out of politics. That's the sort of person you want representing you, not Dianne Feinstein. Dianne Feinstein is against Medicare for all, but that's just the start of her problem. She was for the Patriot Act. She's for the government spying on Americans, violating their amendment rights. She's for the prisons for profit system and against the legalization of marijuana. Those two are linked, by the way. So you've got to vote in Democrats who actually represent you. And the best way to identify those people is to just look at who funds them. Um, so yeah, that's my rant over on that. But I'm impressed with how many times he could lie in one tweet. There is something that he really did miss off that tweet as well, which people should pick up on a little bit more. Everybody is covered in the UK. We don't have 38,000 people died in America in 2017 because they didn't have access to healthcare. 38,000 of your fellow Americans died needlessly. So the next time somebody goes on television and says the US is a Christian nation and we, follow God, I don't think God would be too happy if you get to the gates of heaven and he he said, "Why did you let 38,000 of your fellow Americans die needlessly? That's not a very Christian thing to do, is it?" So yeah, I've just started this channel. I think that covers it, by the way. I've just started this channel. Please, if you can, subscribe. Click the little bell so you get notification every time I do a video. If people like them, I will do more. I do a lot of writing about politics and other things to do with green energy and that sort of thing, to just sort of get my message out there. I've also got books on Amazon. I've got the Trump to English Dictionary. I'll leave a link down there. And Russiagate, The Establishment Lie, is about to be published in the next 2 weeks, I think, on there. I'll keep you updated. So yeah, thanks for now. Stay well and don't believe any bullshit this guy is telling you. Peace.